You're all well. Sorry for the slight delay. A little bit of an issue with my camera, but I think we've sorted it now. Hopefully you can see me and hear me. So I'm just going to do our initial little checks to make sure all is working a-okay. I hope you guys have been able to find me, seeing as we're a little bit late. Oh, there we go. Look. Yay. And we've got sound, so I'll just turn that down. Yay. So, how is everyone this evening? Tonight's live is a really exciting one. I've got lots to show you. I've got a few samples in front of me right now. But yeah, this is our mini December release. So, it is so like hot off the press that the design team haven't even had a chance to see any of this. So this is so super brand new. I've managed to make quite a few samples to share with you, which I'm really excited to show you, along with all of the new products. We wouldn't normally have done a December release, but we've got I've got a few designs that I just wanted to get out there that were great for the winter period, but also beyond as well. Hi Claire. And I didn't want to leave them and wait until next year to bring them to you. I thought, some of these would be great for your winter crafts, but also for maybe some of your memory keeping, if that's what you're into. Like I am going to be hopefully picking up my December daily this year. So there's stuff in here that you're going to be able to use for your card making. All of the samples that I've got are card related samples. So I'm really excited to share them with you. We'll just give people a chance to join us. Please say hello if you're joining us this evening, because I love to chat to you guys, and it helps me feel like I'm not talking to myself, which is always good. Hello Aisha, hello, how are you? Ant's not with me this evening. Well, he is with me in spirit. He's actually just finishing his dinner. We've literally just rushed our dinner as quickly as we possibly can so that I can come and do this live. He's been at work all day, bless him, so he's only just got in from work. So he's not going to be joining me for the live tonight, but you have got me and you've got some goodies. So I think we're going to have a nice little bit of a run through of all of the bits that are going to be new in the store, and some inspiration as well to go with it. So hopefully, you'll see something that you like. Excuse me while I just have a little drink. I'm talking here 90 to the dozen as usual. What was I going to say? The release, yes. So this release, the December mini release, will go live tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. So I will say that a couple of times throughout the live, and if I forget, do remind me, ask me, because we normally do our releases in the morning, and we normally do them at sort of 9 a.m. kind of time in the morning. What we have found is that a number of people, because you work, you're taking children to school, that kind of thing, you miss the products going live, and then some of them are selling out, so then you perhaps miss out on your favourites. So, and for our followers and friends in overseas, particularly in the States, you're usually in bed because it's in the middle of the night for you guys. So it is better, I think, if we do it a little bit later on. Or is it the fact that you are behind us in America, I think, by a few hours. You're not in front. either way, I think it works better to do it a little bit later on in the day. So we're going to trial it for this release, try doing a kind of an evening release, and see if you guys like it, and then we might do our future releases at that sort of time. So hello to Laura as well. Aisha says she's good, and bless you both, you should have had time together. Lovely. Oh, we will get a little bit of time after this. We're actually we're looking forward to watching that new Netflix Meghan and Harry documentary. We think we might watch that later. Hello to Lucy as well. So Laura's spotted the penguins already. So I'm thinking, where should we begin? I think I'm going to move these samples out of the way and shall we make a start? I think we've got a few people with us now, so I think it's a good time to just get started and show you some bits. And I feel like my desk is a little bit on the wonk, but you'll forgive me, I'm sure. So what I'm going to start with, I think I may have alluded to this previously and in previous posts. The release tomorrow at 6 p.m. will include both stamps, stencils, and some digital products. So we've got a really great combination of products for you to mix and match. And like I say, the samples that I've got mix and match all of those mediums. So I'm going to start with the physical products first. So our physical products are our stamps and our stencils. So first up is this stamp set here. This is the Santa Stop Here stamp set. This is a really fun stamp set that will be great for your memory keeping, your journaling, your planners, but also you can make some really, really cute tags and really cute cards as well from this. So, oh, Jo says she likes my nails. Thank you very much. They do need doing again, actually, and I've got some really wintry, Christmassy ones planned, so no doubt you'll see those next week. Lucy says that Charlotte absolutely loved the card. Oh, I'm so pleased that she liked it. It was her design, so, you know, I'm glad she liked it. So, in this stamp set, then, we've got two of these big, like, wonky circle stamps with the word Jolly and Santa Stop Here in the centre of them. They make for really, really great bold sentiments. And because they're a wonky circle, I think it makes it easier for you to cut them out yourself. You don't need dies to do it because they're wonky anyway. So I think that just makes it easier for you to fussy cut. We've also got a wonky circle here with some trees in the centre. We've got two little candy, like Christmas candy sweets there, and a couple of stars as accents. But then we've also got these solid sentiments. So these are really great to do in different colours or to use your heat embossing inks with. So we've got Love This Season, Hanging Stockings with Care, Winter Wonderland, Eat, Drink and Be Merry, Peace and Joy, 25th of December, and Holiday. And then we've also got a scripty Ho Ho Ho, which will look really great, you know, for all of your on all of your cards and your projects. You can use that for so many different things. So I'm going to try and find a sample that doesn't give everything away. This one's a great one, a great sample that shows. We've used that big jolly stamp there, and I've just fussy cut that out, and you can see that actually it doesn't matter because it's wonky anyway. And then we've also stamped out the word holiday there just to create a nice little cluster of embellishments to add to my card. And then this little chap is from the Jumping for Joy stamp set. So you can really you know, you can really mix and match your stamp sets, your die sets, your existing sets with this. So these are really great ones to add a different look and a different sentiment to the the stamps and dies that you might already have in your stash. So that's that one. The next one that I'm going to show you, which one shall I show you next? I think I'll show this one next because this one's really cool. Lucy says she sent me a PM about a missing item. Oh, Lucy, thank you so much. We've had a number of messages from people as well, just while we're on that note, about post not arriving just yet. And that is definitely down to the postal strikes. Everything has gone out. We had a huge amount of orders over Black Friday, and I mean huge. So I understand if maybe we may have made one or two mistakes, and I do apologise for that. We were trying to get stuff, so many orders packed and processed in as timely fashion as we could to try and avoid some of the strike action, but obviously that has still caused a little bit of an issue for people getting their orders on time. So do be patient, they are on the way, and yeah, we'll do our best to track them for you if there are any issues. So this set, Winter Icons, this is called, and this is such a fun set to use if you want to make some quick cards you don't want to be colouring in, because a lot of our stamps, obviously, they require you to be, to colour in and can take a bit more time. If you want to do something that's a little bit more quick and still really fun, then this is the perfect set for you. And I'm going to show you a really cool I've got a couple of examples with this which I really, really love. I'll show this one because I think this one's so cute. So this is an example of that's 3 stockings there, and I've just used a little bit of twine there, a little bit of coloured kind of string as my little banner there, and then I've stamped out and fussy cut 2 of those little ribbons to attach them to my card, cut an oval shape as my topper, and then I've used the Hanging Stockings with Care, which is from the set previously, the Santa Stop Here set. So you can see stamping that in some gold embossing ink just really makes that stand out and just adds a little bit of something different. Really, really cool, that one. And really easy, it's so easy to do. We just did it in 3 different shades of an aqua, and it just looks really, really cool. These weird looking little shapes here will build a present. So you've got either a tall or a wide present depending on how you stack it up, and you can layer on top of that with the stripes. You've then got this more medium-sized parcel here which you can layer on top with some spots, and then we've got a smaller square size there as well. This here fits across your square to make like the effect of a ribbon wrapped around your present, and the same with this one here. You can use that to make a long strip of ribbon down your taller parcel, and then you've got 2 different ribbons that are going in different directions which you can use to decorate. Now I have got an example of the one of those made up. Let me try and find some of my bits here that I've not yet used. See, I've got like the jolly there from the previous set, and then I've also got one of the this is just one of the little presents there that I've just stamped out, but you can add dimension by obviously fussy cutting some of these elements out and make it more dimensional. So so that's just one way of using those stamps to create a little present. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. I've got another example to show you where I've used these as well, which goes with one of the other stamp sets. So I'll show you that in a second. Hello, Danny. How are you? You've just missed, basically, you've missed 2 stamp sets so far. So we've just talked about the Santa Stop Here and the Winter Icons set. So the next stamp set that I want to show you, this one in particular, I think is going to be great for those of you that do journaling or are looking for some alternative sentiments for your cards. and also for anybody who's doing any kind of memory keeping as well. So there's loads of ways that you can use this stamp set. Laura says those solid stamps would be perfect for swatching your ink collection too, and this set would be lovely for tags. Oh yeah, that is such a good idea for your swatching. You've got the the little solid shapes there, and that's a really great idea. Thank you for that, Laura, because that is an awesome thing to do, and it's one of those things that in the new year is a really great project to do to get your craft room really organised. So loads of uses for those. In here then, back to this is the Christmas memory stamp set, and what we've got here is we've got a number of different sentiments and icons that you can use. So we've got this long stripy strip here, which actually will fit along the side of an A6 stamp set. So this is your A6 stamp card blank, sorry, and you can see that it will go down the length of that to create a really nice border. You've then got this here, which is like a little note card with some hand-drawn lines on it, and then you've got two sentiments that say the naughty list and then the nice list, which will fit into this little note card. So again, that's a really nice little embellishment for a card, or for a journal, or for a gift tag. Would look really, really cute. We've got the Christmas tree at the bottom that says fa la 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 all the way through it. And then we've got some really awesome sentiments. So I'll turn this onto its side so that you can see them in a bit more detail. We've got Jingle Bells, Merry and Bright, Santa, I Know Him, Sleigh Bells Ring, Are You Listening? And then December. And then the one just at the top here is Christmas Memories. So again, if you're journaling or you're you're doing any memory keeping, that one's perfect. So this has got a lot of uses, a lot of options to it. These bold sentiments are not too large, but they're large enough to make a bit of a focal point on your card front. And again, I can see them embossed in some gold or metallic embossing powders, and they look really, really cool on any of your projects. So to show you what this looks like, I have got this example here actually, which is a really good example of where I've used a few elements from the stamp sets that you've seen already. So this is the little note card here. Again, because it's wonky, it's really, really easy. I mean, it's just a rectangle essentially, but it's so easy to cut out. Really, really simple. So I've used that and stamped the nice list. I've also stamped out one of our little presents. So that's from the Winter Icon set. So you can see how I've layered that up with the ribbon as well. I've also stamped onto my background the Santa I Know Him sentiment. I've done that in white embossing ink. And then I've also stamped and cut out some of these Christmas candies, which were from the Santa Stops Here, which goes really, really well with the theme. So this would again make a really great gift tag, but would also make a really great option for a journaling card as well, I think, if in your memory keeping. Laura says that notepaper has so much potential for scrapbookers who don't like writing much, aka me. Exactly. And Danny says this is a great set. Sue, hello, how are you? So this is a really fun little set. Again, loads of potential for that, and you can see the size of the sentiment there on this. This is an A2 size card, so it works really, really well for that. So that is stamp set number 3. The last of our stamp sets then, this one again, loads of potential in this stamp set. I think you're going to absolutely love this one. So this one is the Home for the Holidays stamp set, and you can see that it's got the main kind of stamps on here are the 3 different styles of houses. They are block stamps, so that means they don't require colouring in. You will just use your inks to colour them in, to apply colour, sorry, and then you will add them obviously to your project, whether that be a journaling card or that be a card project or a tag. So the sentiments that come with it as well work really well. But we've also got these 3 fun little trees as well. So again, you could use these to make a whole scene, or you can use them independently of each other. They will work really well. You've also got some fun accessory stamps as well, like fillers, if you like. So you've got a snowflake, and you've got 3 different sizes of stars, which you can use in your background. The sentiments then that go with this, I love all of these sentiments. So you've got home for the holidays. I think the font on these, I really searched to get the right combination of fonts, and I absolutely love how these turned out. So we've got the home for the holidays, love this tree, December memories, warm and cozy. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, which is very appropriate at the moment because it is absolutely frightful. And then we've got Christmas is not a season, it's a feeling, and let it snow in this big lovely font here. So loads of great sentiments again on this set, but then some really cute little what's the word I'm looking for, bold stamps, you know, that you can use. So example for this one to show you, oh, I love this card. This one's really, really cute. So this is using all of those houses and stamped in different colours along the front of my card. I've used the snowflake just to create some little bit of embellishments, some patterned paper in the background, and then the home for the holidays sentiment just in the bottom corner. This was such a quick and easy and fun card to make. Obviously you could change up the colour scheme to match whatever you like to work with, whatever pattern paper you've got, but so easy to put together because you're literally just stamping 5 images, a sentiment, and then just doing a little bit of heat embossing with those snowflakes. If you're batch making your Christmas cards and you've got a lot to produce, this is such an easy way of doing it. Whether that be something like the one I showed you before, this one here, or something like this. Sorry, make sure that you can see what I'm doing. They're so easy and quick to do, and it's a good way of using some of your pattern papers. And we'll come to pattern papers, I think, maybe next, because you've seen a lot of the patterned papers, haven't you, in some of my examples. So let me share with you our patterned papers. So for this release, I haven't got physical patterned papers. I've released some digital papers for you for a couple of reasons. One is they're so accessible. So if we're worrying about getting stuff in the post, if we've got last minute card projects that we're wanting to do, and we want something quickly, digital is perfect. You can print it over and over again. You're never going to run out of it. So I love digital papers for that reason. You can also print out the one paper that you want, because a lot of the times in a set of papers there's always one that you probably don't want or that you're not going to use a lot of, so you might not turn to that one. But you can print out the one that you do like as many times as you want. So this is, I've just stuck all of my bits of paper together with some washi tape so that I can show you a bit more easily the colours that are in and the designs that are in the release. So we've got some zigzags, we've got some polka dots, we've got some grids, we've got some holly, we've got some more polka dots, we've got some stars, we've got some stripes, we've got some candy, we've got a plaid, we've got some trees, and we've got some abstract triangle type V shapes, just a bit of an abstract pattern. And then we've got some red and white candy stripes. So the examples that I've shown you already, you can see some of these have been used on my cards that I've shown you already. So this is the trees, this is the plaid, this is the candy canes, and I've just added some ink over the top of that to give that a bit more colour. Oh, upside down. And then this one has got this stripe in the background, the green and red stripe. So they're mainly very traditional colours that I think are perfect for this time of year. But some of the pinks and the polka dots you can use at any time of year, I think. So a really good collection of patterned papers there. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sheets of patterned paper. They are sized 8 inches by 6 inches. So normally our paper pads that we have printed are 6 by 6, but I wanted to make these a little bit bigger because then they're great for your scrapbooking as well. So you can use them in your project planners. If you've got our album, they're perfect size to use in there. And you can cut them up and use them on your larger cards as well. So the other thing to note about the digital papers is you can resize these. So if you wanted these an A4 size and you wanted to print out one of these patterns, a full A4 size for your project, then you can. Whereas obviously if you buy a 6 by 6 paper pad, you are restricted to the size of the pad that you bought. So you either buy 12 by 12 or you buy 6 by 6, and there's, usually a 12 by 12, the pattern is much bigger, so you can't use that for your smaller projects. So this is really, really versatile in terms of being able to print it out the size that you want. Here's another example of that. So this is the abstract pattern here. And again, it's in some really cool colours. And I've used the winter icons. Let me grab that. The winter icons stamp set here. So you can see there that I've used that to stamp out each of my little icons there. And then I've used the sentiment, which is from the Home for the Holidays stamp set. So that's the warm and cozy. And I've just layered that up onto some cardstock. And then I've used some of our new enamel dots. So these are the Festive Fun enamel dots. I've used those to add to my background. I've popped a little red one in the middle of that mitten there. And then I've also, the black ones are actually from, can I find a set that haven't opened? Yes, this one. This is the Summer Haze set that is already in store. So you'll be able to find the black ones in that set. So that look, I just love how this card turned out. I think it's a really, really sweet card. And again, so simple and easy to put together. Patterned paper, some white cardstock, stamp your images, stick them all down, and you're good to go. So quick card making, that's what this release is all about. So that's my 4 stamp sets. That's my digital papers. They're all part of the new release, which will go live at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Stencils. So stencils, you know I love my stencils because we love our beautiful blender brushes, of which I've got all of mine here. Beautiful blender brushes. These are just, I love my ink blending and using my brushes. So I wanted to bring out some more stencils for you to play with. And like I say, these can be used all times of year. Some of them are a bit more Christmassy, but some of them are, a bit more generic. So the first one that I'm going to show you, I'll take it out of the packet so that you can see it a little bit more easily. Is everyone okay with the pace? Because I feel like I'm talking really fast. I don't know why. Ooh, I've got so much to get through. Even though this is a mini release, I feel like I've got so much to show you. And do shout out if there's anything that I'm not explaining or anything that you want to see in a bit more detail. So this one, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see it because obviously the lights are going to be shining on it quite a bit. This is a layering stencil. So you'll see this one because I have used it. So the top part is made up of holly leaves. And then if I turn it over, the bottom just looks like a lot of random circles. If you can see that. And what you do is, with this, is you will ink blend the leaves first, and then when you've got your background of leaves, you'll take the stencil off, you'll move the stencil up, and those random little dots will fit perfectly in place around your holly leaves so that you can then stencil those in a different colour. Now, normally you find this kind of stencil comes in a 2-pack, and you would have the full, you'd have a full sheet of the leaves and maybe a full sheet of the random circles. I find that really frustrating as a crafter because it means I'm forced to buy 2 stencils to get one result and get one project. And at the moment, money is not our friend at the minute. We are, we're being very careful how we spend our money. So I wanted to come up with a layering stencil, but that I could do in one, you could buy in one purchase, if you like, for the same price as one stencil. So with this, all you're going to do is you're going to repeat that section twice, because they will match up, and then you have got a full size 6x6 stencil, but you're just doing it in 2 parts. So and then obviously you're going to layer up those parts again. Now when I was doing my sample for this, I did the top version. I just did the one layer, the one version. And it actually fits into our slimline, mini slimline die set as a background perfectly. So I haven't had to do any more than just that top layer to fit a mini slimline card. So that's what's in the background of this. So hopefully you can see there that I've stamped out my, stenciled out the green, then layered on the little random dots, and then we've got some cute little holly berries. And then I've gone over those with some glossy accents to make them look a little bit more dimensional and a bit shiny. So this, I absolutely love this stencil. I think it's got great potential, and it's also cost effective. So you're not having to buy 2 different stencils for twice the price to get one, one pattern. You only have to buy the one stencil, same price as it's always been. So hopefully you guys think that that's a good idea, because we've got another one that's very similar to that coming up. Because like I say, it frustrates me that I have to then spend, what would it be? It would probably be something like £13-14 to buy 2 stencils to get me that effect. And I it's a lot of money, isn't it? So especially when you're making your choices of what you want to spend your money on. So the next one is our Christmas candy stencil. So again, a very Christmassy set, and it's the same sort of principle as the one that you've just seen. So we've got, it's actually upside down. So we've got the, although it doesn't matter which way around you do this, you've got just some polka dots. And you could just use those as polka dots. But by layering up the pattern underneath, you create our Christmas candy effect, or that Christmas candy shape. So you can layer these up in different colours. You can use your texture pastes. You could do a whole host of things, your embossing inks, anything like that. and it will create a really wonderful pattern. Or you can use them independently of each other and create a totally different pattern, a different look. So the example I've got that to show you of how I've used this. So I've used this in the background of this this card here, and I've used another stencil over the top of it, which I'll show you next. But I've actually laid this up with some texture paste. So this is sparkle paste from Cosmic Shimmer. I think it's the Polar White. I think that I've used. No, sorry. I will double check that because I love this paste. Yes, it is the Polar White. So it's white, but it's got a bit of sparkle to it. So you can see how that layers up to make a really beautiful pattern. And then I've used the this, is it the Snow Much Fun? I can't remember the name of things. Yes. the little snowman from the new release. He's right here. Let's have a look at him. Why I find it so difficult to remember names. Shani says that's adorable. Yes, it's the Snow Much Fun stamp set. So this is the Snow Much Fun stamp set. And I've just used a different colour scheme to colour this one up, the blue tree and stuff, and then added more sparkle and then some more of our enamel dots in the background. The sentiment is actually from the Gingerbread family stamp set. So that was such an easy card to make again, because it's one layer, so it is just done straight onto my card base, and it's so easy to do. So I love that card. I think that's probably one of my favourites that I've made. Shani says that card is adorable. Thank you. I do love this one. So that is using the Christmas Candy layering stencil, but it's also using, one second while I pop this chap away. It's also using our next stencil. This is the latest in our masking stencil kind of range, if you like. This is the wonky background, and it is wonky. So you can use this any which way you want to, and you can use it for so many things. I mean, you're going to have so many ideas with this. So if you wanted to use it like the way that, and this is mucky because I've been using it, so I do apologise, but you will you see that? Can you see that? There are some like little etched lines. If you line up your card with the top of these etched lines, if you've got an A6 card or an A2 size card, that will match up so that this is centered on your card. So for example, for this was an A2 size card, and I've just used that to help me guide that into the middle of my card. You will also get the piece that comes out as well, so that if you wanted to just you wanted to mask that area out and then stencil around the outside and leave the centre white, you can. So we've requested that we keep all the bits of it so that you can use it either way, the positive or the negative. But you could also use it landscape, you could use it upside down. It just depends what effect you're trying to go for. This could be a pool, it could be a sea, it could be sky, but it could also just be a cute little background like it is here. So loads and loads of uses for that, and I've got another example that I'll show you in a moment where I've used that as a background, because again, just shows the different ways that you can use it, but it is absolutely adorable. I love it. This is going to get used on pretty much every project, 100%. So, and as is the next one. The next one is also super versatile. If you have been on the lookout for versatile stencils, I've got you covered tonight because all 4 of the stencils that are in this mini release are going to be so useful to you. So next up is our wonky shapes. So Sue says lovely stencils, and Claire loves the stencil. So you're going to love these ones then as well, guys, because this is the wonky shapes. So in this set, you've got all of the cutout pieces as well. So you can use those as negatives as well. But then this is the background piece. Now, I haven't added an etched line to this one because you're probably not going to use it all together. You might do, and I'll show you an example where I've done that, and I love how that turned out. So I will definitely be using it that way again. However, you can just use the circles and maybe even do them, repeat those down your card. You could use the squares, just the squares, or you could just use, if you're doing a square card, you could just do the circle and the squares. You could just do the squares and then the rectangle. I don't know if I'm demonstrating that very well. Is that a better way? I don't know. Or you could just use the rectangle, and you could repeat those. So you could do 3 rectangles down the center of your page. You could do 3 lots of the squares down an A6 size, and so on and so forth. Really, really fun set. You could also use these to on your let me get the back of a card. Maybe this one's a good one to show you because it's coloured. You could take these and position them in different places on your card with some pixie spray, and then stencil around them and create yourself a patterned paper. I mean, the possibilities with this particular stencil is almost endless, because you've got all of the bits that you can, that have cut out as well. The example that I made using this, again, this is probably one of my favourite cards of the release as well, and I think you guys will probably enjoy this style as well. So this is using the Penguin to Look a Lot Like Christmas stamp set, which is one of our favourite sets. And I've just stenciled my background with some aqua coloured inks, added some splatters to that, leaving that stencil in place as a mask so that I'm only getting those splatters where I want them. And then I've added my sentiment in the rectangular block at the bottom and added my characters to each of those masked areas. Such a simple way of doing a background. If you perhaps don't do cover dies, or you can't afford cover dies, stencils are such a good alternative, particularly the masking stencils, because it does give you a similar sort of effect without the bulk or the cost. So really love how that turned out. I think that looks really, really cute. And then I've just used some sparkly cardstock on the back. So a lovely stencil that I think you're going to use for so many different things. It works with all of our characters. You just change up the colours and you've got yourself a completely different card. So those are the 4 stencils. So what are we thinking to those? Which is your favourite stencil? Have you got a favourite so far, or is it hard to choose? You need all 4, because I think that's what I would be saying. That's what I would be saying. So let's have a little drink. So the next products to show you are digital ones, and I've printed all of these out so that you can see them in full. And the price points on these are really, really reasonable. So you're going to be, again, just thinking about, what money we've all got to spend on the run up to Christmas, because we've got such humongous bills to pay. We don't really want to be spending loads more money on crafting, perhaps, which is totally understandable. So I'm just going to show you some of the things that we've got on offer. Now, for those of you out there that are into your memory keeping and have got our albums, I'm just going to grab one of mine. This is this is my 2022 album, which I haven't used for quite a while, because I will admit to having had a bit of a blockage after Clyde passed away and then Rosie passed away. So I got as far as Rosie's passing, and I haven't continued. So I've got 6 months still to fill, but I absolutely love doing this project. Sorry if you're getting a bit of glare there. So these are the next digital product is to go in this album in your insert pages. So, and I have already populated some of my insert pages with some of these. Some of the colours on these have changed as I've updated them, so I'll show you those. I'll show you those now. So let's pop that to one side. So we've got 3x4 journaling cards. There are 16 in total in these gorgeous colours. So hopefully you can see them on screen there. That this is the PDF printable. So you will receive each of the note cards individually, which you can use as toppers for your cards as well. So you get each of those individually as a JPEG, but then you'll also get a PDF document, which is this one, which means you can just print them straight out in one go on your printer, and then you've got all of the cards all ready to go. All you need to do is cut those out, trim those out with your trimmer, and then you'll have got these gorgeous note cards. So we've got Eat, Drink, Be Merry, Candy Cane Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses, December. We've got a couple of blanks in there that you can decorate yourself. Love This Tree. We've got a mug of cocoa. Again, a couple of blank ones there. This with a wonky circle. We've got our tree icon, a star, warm and cozy. Ho, ho, ho. Again, plenty of room for journaling on there, or a photo if you wanted to add that. Home for the holidays. Love this season and let it snow. So lots of different options there that you can use. You could also, like I say, you could use these as gift tags if you wanted to. You could use them as toppers for your cards. Loads of different applications for these, but really great for those of us that are into our memory keeping. So those are the journaling tags. Digital only, not a physical product. So really great price point on those. Now, this one, at the beginning, somebody spotted some penguins. We do have our adorable little penguin in before, penguin to look a lot like Christmas stamp set, which was released in the last release. But I did have an additional image in that I didn't manage to fit onto this stamp set. And I really, really wanted to release it to you guys. I wanted you to have it. So I have produced this as a digital image. And this is the digital image. And I am going to just warp this slightly just for counterfeit, issues. But this is a couple of little penguins under that mistletoe. You're also going to get the sentiments Mistletoe Kisses and Love You So Much. And this is the PDF document that you can print straight out. They're all in the sizes that you might use for the front of a card. But you would also get this as a individual JPEG or PNG that you can then size however you would like. So I have printed this previously at much larger sizes as well. So you can have it at whatever size you would like. And the example that I've got to show you where I've used this, these were a little bit of a larger size that I printed out. And I've used that wonky background to create a snowy little scene in the background. And then I've just used one of the sentiments actually from our Winter Wonderland sentiment sets these are our sentiment cards that you can just cut straight out. So again, for a super quick and easy and affordable card, you've got your stencil background, you've got your digital stamp images, and then you've got one of those sentiment cards cut out there. Super quick and easy to do, really simple, great to recreate a number of times, and because you can print these guys out dozens and dozens of times if you want to. Laura says, yeah, I need this. I've never used digital stamps before. Well, that's I've tried to make it as easy as possible for people who haven't used them before. The PDF document is sized to how I think you would probably use it. So they're a little bit smaller than the one that I've done, because I think that is probably more of a usable size. And you can just print that straight out. You've got your sentiment there straight away in 2 different sizes. So that's going to be really easy to use. But you can then also just print it out slightly larger like this one is, if you want to just add it to a Word document, for example. You can just add several of them to a Word document and print out loads in one go. Really, really easy to use. And such a cute little image. So that is our Mistletoe Kisses digital stamp set. That's that one. The next digital product that we've got is a bundle. So you're going to get all of these in a bundle all together for a really great price, that you can print off as many times as you like, cut out as many times as you like. And this is the digital tag set bundle. So what you're going to get this, which is our mixed sheet of digital tags. So this is a PDF document. You're going to get all of these tags that you can then cut out. You can use them as a template, or you'll get the PNG version of these, which you could then, if you are clever and you have a one of those scan and cut cutting machines, you could actually cut them, use them as a cut, convert them into a cut file, and cut with your cutting machines. Or you could just hand cut them, fussy cut them yourself. You're going to get this PDF document, which is a set of pre-sized tags. There are 5 of them in total, and I hope you can see that, because I printed these on coloured cards so that you can see this is the kind of result that you would get. You would cut out your little tag. You would use a hole punch like this to cut out the little tag element, and then you're going to get this set of digital cuties. So this is a digital stamp set of tag sized critters. I think I've explained that. Basically these are all in a tiny little rectangle. You can just about see the outline because it's faint so that it doesn't show up, and you just cut round that rectangle. You've got the gingerbread man, you've got the penguin, you've got the little dog, you've got Santa, and you've got the little cat with the holly there. These then fit inside these tag shapes, so they will layer on top, and that's how you make your tag. And I'll show you the ones that I've made. Laura says, can I co-pick colour of what comes out of the printer? Yes, so I've got an inkjet printer. All of these have been printed on my inkjet printer. So these have all been printed on the inkjet printer. These guys have been printed on the inkjet printer, and then I've just coloured them in with my alcohol markers. My printer, I'm very lucky that I can use a thicker cardstock to go through my printer. You can see that, I don't know if you can hear, that is quite thick. That's about 200 GSM that's going through my printer. That is better for colouring onto, and gives me a better finish and a cleaner print. So, but you can use your Time for Tea Designs super smooth papers and cardstocks with your inkjet printer and be able to use your Copics absolutely fine. Just be a little bit more careful about not oversaturating your paper because the ink from the printer isn't as permanent as your stamping ink would be. So let me show you the samples of these tags because I think you're going to really love these as well because these were so much fun to colour in. So this is my little cat. Now this I can see would be really fun to do a bit of paper piecing on his scarf there. So you could actually print him onto some patterned paper and then cut out that scarf and then stick it on top of that, which I think would be really cute. So this is the shape that you saw on the blue cardstock just before, but I've done this in the red. I've hole punched my little hole for my ribbon, and then I've gone round it where you could see a little bit of the ink from the printer. I've actually used just some stickles around that hole so it covers up any lines, and then I've just stuck my little image on top. I just think these look so cute. This is the gingerbread man. Same thing, just hand cut out my tag around that line, coloured in my my little gingerbread man, used some stickles to add a little bit of glitter, and then some glossy accents on that candy cane. That's my little Santa, and again some more stickles to add some shimmer, and I've just stapled my my little bit of ribbon in place because I just think that looks really cute. Lucy says, if you use a laser printer, can you foil the prints with a laminator? Yeah, you absolutely could actually. Yeah, if you're using a laser printer, that anything you print out, you can foil. So that would be such a good effect. I would love to see that if you could show me that. That would look so cool. Here's our little puppy coming out of the present with his lights around him as well. And then finally we've got the penguin and his presents. So these are all sized to be the same, to be ideal kind of tag size. But again, if you wanted super giant tags, you could print them much bigger if you wanted to. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. You could supersize them. These would be really fun for the kids to do as well on the run up to Christmas. They could make some tags for the presents for their grandparents, their aunties and uncles, and you could print them much bigger if you wanted to make it a little bit easier for them to colour in. So digital stamps are great for that because it means that you're not giving your really precious stamps to be played with. You can print out as many as you want. You can print loads of them out, have them all ready, and you've got some colouring in ready to go. But they're also really cute for us to play with as well. So I really enjoyed making these tags. I think that they're really, really cute. So like I say, that's what they look like raw, if that makes sense, and then you layer one on top of the other. And these shapes here are just ones that you can use just generically. And one of the things that if you've never used digital stamps before, if you load up one of our digital papers, maybe add the JPEG to a Word document, for example, and then open up the PNG of the tag, layer that on top of your patterned paper. You can then print your tag out in that patterned paper. So you're not wasting more product. You're just printing that straight out onto your cardstock or onto your paper, in the pattern that you want, and then you're just using the bit of patterned paper that you actually need. You're not cutting into a huge piece. So so yeah, I think there are loads of possibilities with these. I really want to have a go with these. I haven't had a chance to make any samples with the different styles. And although this one's got scallops on the bottom, don't be scared of those. If you don't want those, just cut a straight line across the bottom. You've still got a really pretty tag. So again, lots of opportunities with those. I think these, if you were to pop them through your laser printer, Lucy, and then you gold foil them, oh my God, I think that would look so cute. You wouldn't have to do any colouring. They would just be gold. Oh, that would look so stunning. I love that idea. That's so clever. So that's it, guys. That is all of our products. So we've got our digital tags. We've got our digital papers. We've got our journaling cards, which I put down somewhere and I've lost them. There they are. In fact, what I'll do is I shall bring out the smaller version of these so that you can see them in a bit more detail, because they look really cute. She says if she can find them. There they are. Let's take some of these out of their pockets. So we've got the digital cards here. We've got really great selection of colours with these as well. Ho ho ho! And what have we got in here? We've got a warm and cozy. Season. I'll just show you one more, which is the wonky circle. Oh, that one's come flat. That one's not in the set. That one's a different colour. So we've got our lovely selection here of gorgeous journaling cards, which I'm not doing a very good job of displaying, am I? But there we go. I never was very good at cards. There we go. So we've got those guys there. We've then got our different stencils. So the two different styles of masking stencils. We've got the stencil, the layering stencil with the holly, the layering stencil with the candy. And then we've got our gorgeous stamp sets. So we've got the Santa stop here, we've got the winter icons, we've got the home for the holidays, and we've got the Christmas memories. So, wow, that is, for a mini release, that has filled my screen. So, what are you guys thinking? What are your favourites from this mini release? What are you thinking you're going to be getting your hands on? Because there's some great stuff here, and I've had such a lot of fun making these samples. Really have enjoyed playing with it all. You can see there's so many goodies here that yeah, there's not enough room to show you everything. Sue says fantastic release, thanks for sharing. Jane says such a fab mini. Claire says stencils are her favourite. Yes, I thought they would be. The stencils are absolutely magical. I think I'm pretty much loving all of it, to be honest with you, because I'm going to use things for very different reasons. I love the digital stamps. The little digital characters are absolutely gorgeous. I love the digital tags as well. But these stamp sets, the samples that I've made with the stamp sets and the stencils have been an absolute pleasure to make. So, like I said before, and I will say again, the release goes live at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So that's 6 p.m. British summertime, UK time, whichever way you like to say it. That's 6 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, the 9th of December. will, if you subscribe to our newsletters, you will get a newsletter to let you know that it's gone live, so you won't miss anything. And do bear with us as well because of the post. So we will make every effort we can this weekend to get everything out to you. We can't guarantee that things will get to you super quick or as quick as usual because of those strikes, but hopefully everything will get to you in plenty of time for you to be able to play with. That's why the digital stuff is perfect, because you will get an immediate instant download pop up, so you can start using those straight away. You don't have to wait for the pesky postman. So Sue says the stencils and digital are her favourites. Lucy says they all look awesome, and Claire says Craftorama Lincoln, you standing it, Joe. Oh, have I got a stand at Craftorama in Lincoln? I don't think we have. I believe we've said no to it because it clashes with something. 21st of May. Yes, I believe it clashes with something. So I think we've had to say no to that one. Although Lincoln would be a good one to do, I think, because we've never done Lincoln. So yeah, watch this space, Claire. I may change my mind on that. It'll depend. I think it's probably to do with when Ant's got time off, because obviously I can't do it on my own. And if he can't get the time off, then I have to say no. So it can be a little bit tricksy. But never say never. But I definitely need to get to Lincoln and do some crafting with you guys anyway, don't I? In the new year. So this is the mini release for December. I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's reveal. I hope that you've seen something that you like. Claire says she's going to sort of workshop out with us after Christmas. Excellent. Let's do this. And yeah, enjoy your Christmas crafting while it lasts, because it'll all too soon. Christmas will be over and we will be really sad that we don't get to do all of these lovely sparkly projects. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your Christmas crafting. I will be here next Thursday. I will probably be using some of the new release from the last two releases, probably getting my last bit of Christmas crafting in myself, and that potentially will be the last live before Christmas, I think. So yeah, do tune in for that, because I can't wait to start crafting some of this stuff with you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. I'm going to let you all go. Have a fabulous weekend, and I hope to see some of your orders popping through over the next few days. Have a fabulous evening, guys. See you soon. Bye.